because I wanted to talk to you about the conversation of the week, which has been CRISPR. And for those that don't know that, it is a huge fucking thing. Were you amazed when we found out CRISPR existed?
I was taken aback. I've heard rumor of the technology, but apparently this year they cracked the code and they're putting it into implementation, and it successfully works, and now they're figuring out more stuff.
The reason I found out about it, and there's also probably people listening right now who are going, what is CRISPR?
We'll get to that. We'll explain.
I was watching the news like Monday morning, Tuesday morning, and they were talking about Donald Trump, one person of the year, and they're talking to the Time lady. The Time magazine lady goes, well, this year he definitely influenced the news more than anyone. But 100 years from now, we could look back, and instead of talking about Donald Trump, we're talking about the CRISPR scientist. And I said, well, that raised my eyebrows. Why would we be talking about CRISPR scientists 100 years from now? So I got to figure out what it is. So Googled it.
Well,
it's like this major breakthrough, man.
Hold on. We're not to the breakthrough yet, because I want to mention that last year the German chancellor lady, what's her name, won Person of the Year?
Angela Merkel.
Yeah, Merkel.
Angela Merkel,
who I think is doing good things compared to the current Person of the Year.
Well, I don't think Merkel really did anything.
No,
you know, she's head of Germany.
Was it a sham presidency or?
Well, I just think, like, I don't get why they gave it to her. I mean, Merkel is Merkel, you know, whatever. You know, what, like, have you ever heard anything, like, ever about this lady doing anything? Because I haven't.
I mean, you can say that about just about everybody else. And I can say the same answer, which is no, I don't know.
Not true. Kim Jong-un?
No.
I know what that dude's up to.
No clue.
Making shit happen.
Making
Raul Castro, Fidel Castro.
Well, he's not.
I know about the Castro brothers. Well, he's dead now.
Yeah.
The Pope.
Man of the Year.
I know what the Pope is up to. You know,
if there's people who news stories from the last week, also,
I mean,
you're not really going through your memory here for people that made a difference this year.
Nigel Farage from Britain, the president of UKIP, the guy that led the Brexit movement. I know shit, man.
Maybe he's the man of the year. I mean, who made a bigger impact worldwide?
Well, now they're saying that it was Trump because of, like, all the Trumpiness, which I'm thinking, like, okay, fine. Because he was definitely in the news a lot.
Also, how would CRISPR be the man of the year or the person of the year? How does that?
Well, they always do. Time always does. They were going to do the CRISPR scientist. They were going to do the CRISPR scientist. Was they the people who had the breakthrough, made the breakthrough.
Old Steve McIntosh, man of the year. Well, who the fuck's Steve McIntosh? Oh, fuck.
Well, I just think that they should have told it, because as I always watch it. I watch the news all the time. That's all I watch. I probably, even today, I slept 90% of the day, but through osmosis, the whole time CNN's on. And I'm hearing, as I'm kind of coming in and out of my coma, I hear a little news, go back to sleep, hear a little news, go back to sleep. And I've never in a year heard of CRISPR. Not on the news. And it is the biggest scientific breakthrough so far, probably of our lifetime.
So, do you want to explain it?
I feel like I'll fuck it up.
So I'm going to let you. That's half the fun, though.
Well, I can. Then I'll fucking explain it. Because I might fuck it up, but I also might be right. Because my understanding of this is that there is bacteria and viruses fight each other in nature. They are like basically the Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield of things that make you sick. And so the viruses and bacteria always are fighting each other, but sometimes the bacteria beats the virus. And inside of the bacteria, there's a protein called Cas9. And that protein, when it beats a virus, remembers the DNA of the said virus it beats to build like a memory bank of how it defeated it. So like if you're playing Xbox on your controller and you realize to make Hakuna Matata happen from Blanca on Street Fighter, and you make it shoot the fireball, and you know XXBBX makes that happen, you remember that in your brain. Cas9 remembers the cheat codes. So it puts the cheat codes in, it stores the cheat codes in on how to beat the virus. And so what they discovered is this whole system is called CRISPR. And now they figured out that you can manipulate it by putting in these proteins into things. It can learn how to defeat viruses. And things like they put it into a rat's tail. Basically, they gave a bunch of mice AIDS. They just AIDS'd up a bunch of mice and they put the CRISPR in the tail. And then it went through all those systems and killed like 58% of the fucking AIDS. Killed a shitload of AIDS. They've had some success with it, killing cancer cells. And now they're thinking they can take it a step further and get this Cas9, this DNA cheat code machine, to basically do things like design our babies, reverse the aging process, and make us all immortal. And that's what CRISPR is. And it's real. And it's happened. And they've already basically cured AIDS. They've basically cured cancer. They basically have reversed aging. And soon we're going to be making babies with green eyes, if we want babies with green eyes. And that happened this year. And the news didn't bother ever saying it once.
Clustered, regularly interspaced, short palindromic repeats, or CRISPR for short. It's DNA containing short repetitions of base sequences. Each repetition is followed by a short segment of spacer DNA. So essentially, you can identify what's what. And you're just about right on everything, other than some of the eccentricities of it, what you're saying. But yeah, so you can, once you identify like the DNA sequence that's causing the problem, you can design like a virus or whatever to inject, and then it's taken in by the cells and genetically like does your dirty work. It removes what you don't want to be expressed anymore and can put in other things. And it's a quick and easy way, a very simple way of us genetically modifying ourselves, because it's actually happening to us at all time. Every time you get sick, every day when you're out encountering the world, your DNA is being evolved, it turns out.
Well, that's how you get immunities, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that how you you get the chicken pox once, but you don't get the chicken pox again?
Well, then you get shingles 40 years later. But yeah,
I thought shingles was if you didn't get the chicken pox as a kid.
No.
And then as an adult, you get the chicken pox.
If you've had the chicken pox, there's some odd percentage chance that you'll get shingles.
Wow. I thought I was done with that.
No, like 1 in 3 people, they say, gets shingles.
But yeah, this is a thing that they did. And it's limitless. What you can do with it. There's no limitations on what we can do now with DNA. Basically.
There are still limitations. It's still early.
I mean, they cured mice AIDS. Okay, they cured mice AIDS.
They've cured 50% of a mouse's tail's AIDS.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. You mean, you add up all the things. Cuba's cured lung cancer. CRISPR has cured mice AIDS. If they start just curing all these diseases, there's nothing's going to, it's like we're going to be lobsters. Because that's the thing I learned scientifically. Didn't even know this. Lobsters don't age. This should be a thing.
They do age.
That a biology,
they grow. And they get older.
A biology professor.
They don't die.
This should be a thing that's taught in every science class in America, basically from first grade on. Hey kids, did you know lobsters are immortal? It's amazing. Go about your business. Science class done.
I knew lobsters were
That's
immortal.
all you need to know about science.
How did you not?
I was never taught this in any class.
Did you know platypus are one of like 3 poisonous mammals?
I did know that. Because don't they have poisonous claws? Isn't it poison in their claws?
No, they have I guess it would be like a dew claw or whatever. On their back feet, they have a hook.
Does it just have like a bacteria on it though?
No, it's poisonous. And in fact, they're thinking that that it's going to be the cure to diabetes, because the way the poison or the platypus poisons you, it's a long release enzyme that fucks with your pancreas, so it screws up your insulin levels, and you go into shock and die. And so the problem with current diabetes techniques, insulin regulation techniques, is that it's very short term. You have to check your blood once, twice a day. You have to give yourself injections and all that bullshit constantly. It's never ending.
Yeah.
They're thinking with this, the new poison they found in the platypus, they'll be able to make a long term. So maybe it's a shot a week, a shot a month, a shot a year, in order to regulate your insulin levels.
That'd be pretty cool, man. I mean, it's pretty amazing what they're figuring out. Why did that get a rim shot?
I don't know. I just kind of ran out of words. So, but yeah, cool shit is going on. And then the shrew also poisonous. Just to throw that out there.
But what cool stuff is happening, and they're not talking about it.
Well, that's because
what I'm saying.
You watch alt-right, media controlled.
CNN.
Fucking, yeah, like
CNN is supposed to be the news.
Russian controlled media.
CNN is supposed to just be the straight up. That's why I watch CNN.
No,
I don't watch Fox because Fox is the talking points of the right.
We learned that.
I don't watch MSNBC because the talking points of the left. CNN's supposed to be just the regular news.
That's what they advertise it, but they're not. We know during the Hillary Clinton tapes that she manipulated news reports and paid people off not to report things.
No, but if I want to watch, that's the problem. What do I do? I'm the guy that wants to know stuff. Why can't I watch
left spin, right spin, or neutral spin? It doesn't change the fact that they're filling you with the stories they want you to hear and hiding the shit they don't want you to hear about.
Well, I don't disagree with that. I'm saying, where is there a place where I can just get the news? I would like the news. I would watch the news.
There is no.
Where is that?
There is no watching. There's no 24-hour news network.
There's no news. Somebody should start the news, but maybe no one would watch the news.
Oh, the Young Turks, I hear, do honest reporting at least. I don't know what they report on. I never watch them, but
it's all political stuff. They're not going to get into CRISPR. Well, that should have been they should have Malaysia planed the hell out of CRISPR. Every day, bringing on this guy. What can we do? Can we do this? Can we do that? Are we Wolverine? Can we do the CRISPR challenge online?
Money.
That's where you do the CRISPR challenge where you cut your foot off and you try to see if they can grow it back. That's the CRISPR challenge.
And then if enough people cut their feet off, they'll have enough money
figure it out
to have a breakthrough.
Oh, that'd be the greatest.
It's the hottest new YouTube trend.
I bet you could get some, some of those tweens. I bet if they heard it was cool and you put a good rap music song behind the CRISPR challenge, I bet you could get them to cut their feet off.
That's
a
how
few
we
of them.
Get you to cut your feet off. That's all it takes for you to be in on something.